Hey guys, today's video marks day one, week one on the road to a 420 kilogram squat. Now I am 16 weeks out of competition and I'm coming off the back of an adductor injury which unfortunately kept me out of pro raw powerlifting. Now what this does is it gives me an opportunity to show you what it takes to rebuild your squat, from scratch, from square one, and taking it all the way to the top. I want to show you the process. I think it's going to be good. This is the first session. Let's get it. And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. It is squat day today. Now it's been quite a while since I've posted a squat session. The last one I posted was when I tore my adductor. And that was like 5 or 6 weeks ago, I think now. So obviously I didn't get to compete in the 3 lift at Pro Raw. I was working on obviously getting back to full health, but having such a short amount of time to push, knowing that I had to achieve a certain number still, I did have a couple of little setbacks. So rushing, that process didn't help me in that instance. So now the game plan is my next 3 lift meet is Nationals. That's in August. I'm still doing the push-pull on April 20th. Now I may do a token squat if I need to, just so I'm eligible for Nationals 3 lift. But I'm gonna obviously speak to the meet directors and see what I need to do. But either way, I'll only be obviously putting 100% into my bench and my deadlift on that day. But squats are still very important and I need to get them back, to 400 kilograms plus so that I can achieve the total that I want in August, which is going to be in the ballpark of 1,070, 1,080 kilograms. My current PR is 1,050 kilos. The current all-time Australian record is 1,055 kilos. So my record got chipped around a year ago. It stood for around 3 years, but daddy's home. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come back. I gotta eat. So that's my goal right now. But I need to get my squat, ideally, 420 kilos. So we're gonna call this next, I think we've got 17 weeks or so until comp. It's the road to 420 kilos. All right, in pounds, it's like 930 pounds or some shit like that. But we've got to be very patient. And patience isn't a strong point of mine, but we are gonna practice, all right? So technically this is my second squat session. I did one last week, very light, 185 kilos. We're gonna get volume back in. I need to get some conditioning back into the muscle that was torn, and I need to strengthen it, from square one again, right? I can't just jump ahead. I need to rebuild that base. So when I get back to heavy weights, I don't have any issues, okay? So I need to think about my technique, my foot placement, even if I'm gonna wear a raised heel lifting shoe. There's a few things I'm gonna play around with today and over the next few weeks, to make sure that I'm on the right path to the 420 kilo squat. I'm not gonna do the same thing I did last time. That would be insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? I need to do something a little bit differently because it's not the first time it's happened. I'm gonna start with 65 kilos now. We'll just get into it. We'll keep talking as we go. But today's session, I'm not gonna go much heavier than 200 kilos. It's going to be quite a bit of volume repetition work and wearing knee sleeves, no knee wraps for a while. See you, Chriso. Have a good one, bro.
See you.
We'll get into this now. We'll do a quick set. Hey, Sarah, you want to run the mono for a second, please? Thank you. I'm just going to do 5 reps. I'm also wearing this band here around just below my knees. The reason I'm doing this is I want to maximize glute and hip engagement. Also to recorrect my squat pattern. My adductor has been doing too much. So if I can create more stability and strength in my hip, that will alleviate the problem and prevent it happening again in the future. All right, 5. I'm not gonna rush them, guys. I'm gonna cruise into them. We'll see how we go as we warm up. Start with a close stance. Thank you. 65 kilos, very easy. I like the last 3 reps there. I'm gonna stick with that stance for a little bit. I'm gonna make sure the weight is distributed evenly on my feet. The first and second rep, I was a little bit on my heels. Reps 3, 4, and 5, I felt the weight evenly, you know, through my midfoot, the front of my foot, and my heel. We'll go 105 next. We'll chat in a sec. All right, gang, so first set felt fine. We're 105 on the bar now. Now, although, you know, this isn't really exciting PR lifting, it presents a really unique opportunity, right? Now, my goal is 420 kilo squat. My best ever is 415. But you get to see what that looks like from being injured, from being at square one, rebuilding, and obviously working towards a huge PR, right? That's gonna be a process and it's gonna take time. And as I said, the first, you know, let's be real, 2 months or so, there's not gonna be a lot of really exciting stuff. But if you want to be really good, the truth is that you don't get to do exciting stuff all the time, okay? Especially when you have big goals. The bigger the goal, the more discipline it requires. It's gonna take a lot of patience and discipline from me to keep everything under control for a while. It's not a strength of mine, but if I want to be successful, I've got to figure it out. We'll start now at 105 on the bar. Doesn't matter. We'll just go 3 reps here, gang. I'm going to try and just replicate that last set, the last 3 reps of the last set, because that felt really nice. We'll just go 3 reps there. Easy peasy, feels good. 105, no pain at all. It does feel a little better this week. The last couple of weeks I did take it easy with it. That might have been what it needed. We'll go 145 next. We'll chat in a sec. All right, gang, we got 145 on the bar, 3 plates. Now the first rep of each set, I'm definitely more so feeling it out. That's what warm-ups are for, especially right now. I need to make sure that first rep is exactly what I'm after. You know, I don't need to hurt myself. I need to make sure it's in the groove and everything's working as it should be. So I'll do another 3 reps here, and then hopefully my body will figure out what it's doing. But again, I'm kind of not used to wearing a raised heel when I lift. Normally I lift barefoot or flat, but the raised heel will help me use a little more quadriceps, stay a little more upright, and hopefully a little less adductor. That's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes. 3 more, please. Thank you. Get low. I am pushing depth definitely because I really want to strengthen my adductor through a full exaggerated range maybe. The way I'm thinking about it is that if I'm trying to build my base right now, I'm handling light weights relatively. There's no excuse for me to do anything but that right now. I need to think about making that muscle as resilient and strong as I can. And that's gonna be hell. 185 next. All right, baby. 185 kilograms, last warm up. We'll hit a single here, and then we're moving on to 205 kilograms, probably for a few sets of 6. We're gonna just start there today, nothing crazy. We're gonna build on that each week though. You know, it'll probably be building on that in terms of total volume, maybe even going heavier with more reps. We'll see how the adductor progresses, but we'll start with that today. And I don't expect to have to work too hard, I don't want to. There'll be more hard work after this though. I'll do a squat variation, probably a Zercher squat, which is far more difficult. And I should be able to push that a little bit heavier because it's not using the same muscles. 1 rep here. All right, let's go. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. No pain, felt nice. 205 next, and we'll get some rep work in. Let's go. All right, baby. Set 1, 205 kilos. Nothing really exciting, but what I'm gonna do is make sure it's as close to perfect as it can be. That's all I can do right now. We're gonna build on this each week, so let's get to work. 6 reps, just 6, yeah. The first rep, I'm gonna take it a little more, I'm not gonna use the word cautiously, but a little slower into the hole to really, you know, find the groove. And then my goal is to hit the groove for the rest of those reps with a bit more conviction. Let's go, come on. Thank you. So that one, there's definitely a small amount of pain there. So that's my limit for today. 205, it's not hurting, but I can feel the weakness there now, right? So this, you know, this is a good range for me to build on this week and then get some confidence. Go heavier next week. We will do at least one more set. We'll see how the next one goes. If it goes okay, we'll go again. Let's get it. All right, gang, set 2. Now this is where I'll make a small adjustment. So I had to think about it. I think that I could probably find a position that feels a little better on the adductor than that did. So I'm gonna go slightly wider with my stance, toes more straight forward, and focus on getting the external rotation more so before I descend into the squat, opposed to driving my knees out. I'm gonna see if that helps the situation. We'll aim for another 6 reps here, and then we'll chat after the set, and we'll see how it went. Another 6, please, Sarah. All right. Let's go. All right, so felt a lot easier on the adductor. I felt a lot more tension through my quadriceps, which I'm gonna have to get used to. It felt different, felt very different. So I'll do one more set and I'll try and do it again like that, but hopefully it'll feel a bit better for me. Chat in a sec. All right, so third set, I'm gonna make one more change. I've taken my lifting shoes off, considering I don't have that really close stance anymore, so should be no issues with ankle mobility. And we'll see if this feels a little better than the last set. This will be my last set of back squats before I move on. So I'm confident, I'm reasonably confident that this will feel even better. I should probably feel a little more stability in my hips, because again, I don't really like lifting in a raised heel. I don't feel like I could use my hips in the same way. That makes sense. It's more of a feeling than being able to explain it. Being flat foot or barefoot helps me really feel the ground a lot better. And grounding is very important in terms of being able to use your glutes and hips effectively. So one more set here. One more set, Sarah? Yeah, 6 again. Unless I tell you to keep going for it every.
Let's go.
Last set, best set. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, that felt better. Definitely getting some fatigue through my adductor now. As I said, I haven't done fuck all squatting in the last 6 weeks or so. So it is weak and unconditioned, so patience. I fucking hate being patient, but it is what it is. We'll take a minute. We do a variation movement. We've also got a very unique rehabilitation exercise I'm going to do afterwards to directly strengthen my adductor. We'll chat in a sec. Alright, so low bar squats are done. Moving on to some Zercher squats. I'm going to do paused Zercher squats. Now the reason I'm doing these, they're an exercise that are extremely challenging and you don't have to go as heavy as a low bar squat, for example. So I could work up to 160 to 180, add a pause in there, and that would feel, I would say, even harder than a 205 kilo back squat. So it's a really good stimulus. I'm gonna warm up to the top set and see if it does give my adductor any problems. I don't see it giving any issues because you do load, obviously, your hips and body a bit differently with this movement. And I also find this movement has a very healthy carryover to deadlifts. So whilst the squat isn't overly heavy, it wouldn't hurt to chuck these in as well and gradually push them reasonably heavy before I go back to predominantly squatting only low bar as we get close to the comp. We'll start with 60, do a few warm-ups, and I reckon we'll work up to one big set, maybe two. We'll see how we go. All right, baby. Easy peasy. We'll go 100 kilos next. Keep doing these pauses and we'll work up to our top set. Chat in a sec. All right, so still watching, make sure you subscribe to my fucking channel, like this video and drop a comment. And you know, I still hope you find these videos useful. I know they're not fucking as exciting as they always can be, but there's still plenty of value, you know. And a lot of you still wanted to see this rehabilitation process. So I'm gonna do my best to show you how it is, and you know, next week it'll be 225 on the bar, I hope. A little bit more exciting, but I just like to think, you know, in 6 to 8 weeks time, we'll be back over 300 kilos for reps, pushing on to 400, so just patience, but we'll do another set here, just 3 reps, pauses again. Let's go. Easy peasy, 140 next. My PR with these, 1 rep, is 280 kilos. I would love to hit a 300 kilo Zercher squat someday. Hey, for the next 8 weeks, got a plan. There may be time to hit a 300 kilo Zercher squat, so we'll build this up in the background and see how it goes. It's a lot of fun. All right, baby, 140. Another 3 reps with a pause. Still warming up. Let's go. Easy. Easy peasy. We'll go 160 next. That'll probably be a last warm up. And then we'll do one big working set. Let's go. All right, baby. This will be my last warm up. Not gonna go crazy heavy. I've also kind of adapted how I'm doing the Zercher squat. It's hard to explain, but I'm thinking about doing it with more of a deadlift in mind than a squat. I'm not dropping my hips as low. The lower I drop my hips, the more adductor I'm gonna use, but I can still get an excellent posterior chain workout in doing this. It makes it a little bit harder, and it's not that much of a difference, but it is noticeable for me. But anyway, we'll do 160 now, another set of 3, and then we'll go to working sets. Whew. Let's go, baby. I love it. You do have to be fucking a bit sick in the head if you enjoy Zercher squats. Whew. Yeah, pretty good. Just have to be a little more cautious about how I'm doing it. One more set, we'll go 180, and we'll aim for maybe 5 or 6 reps with a pause. That'll be a good starting point. Let's go. All right, baby. Last set of these, 180 kilos. I'll probably just aim for a conservative 5 or 6 reps, and I probably, just so you know, I don't just fucking drop it. I just literally, I put it down on these racks on my last set if I know I'm not doing any more sets, because it's more of a pain in the fucking ass to get it back on the rack than actually doing the squats themselves. Let's go. Come on, baby. 180. Easy work. Come on. Easy work, you know. It feels really hard in the sense that I'm not used to that pressure again. That's the hardest part about a Zercher squat, but the weight feels comfortable. 5 reps, easy with a pause. All right, there's all the squats done. What I'm gonna do is actually get some food in now. I need to eat, and I'll come back and do my little bits and pieces later. I might put together a full video at some point going over all the little things that I'm doing. But you know, for now, I'm happy with this. Today was a good start, and that's what it is. It's the start of something big. You've got to be patient. You know, that's obviously hard for me, as I've said, but that's part of discipline, you know. Discipline sometimes is doing less. And people seem to forget that. People always want to do more and more and more, and they think that more is better. And it's like, yeah, it's good to have a good work ethic, but at some point it becomes a lack of discipline if it's no longer serving you or helping you reach your goals. And people forget that very quickly. So keep that in mind, that you don't want to go fucking stupid. You want to have a plan, you want to execute, you want to stick to it, right? Anyway, I'll probably be doing one of those Q&As again, actually, on, today's Monday, I'll do that Wednesday. So tomorrow I'll put a post up on my YouTube. So be sure, if you have any questions, you have to drop it in the comments, and then I'll answer it on Wednesday. That's kind of how it works. But until next time, you know what to do. Go to the fucking gym.